Hello everyone, and welcome back to another What If video. Today we're going to look at a what if that will drastically alter Dragon Ball after Namek by sending Goku somewhere he's only found out about recently, the repugnant planet known as Vampa. Let's go to where it begins. After defeating Frieza on Namek, Goku quickly is trying to escape with the spaceship he found. Namek is exploding, and in just a few moments, the planet and Goku will be no more. He's pressing buttons left and right, all around, hoping it will launch somewhere or at least just take off from the planet into space. And at the last moment, it does, just as the planet explodes. In the original timeline, we saw that this ship originally fell into the planet as it was exploding, and Goku had to eventually find a Ginyu pod to escape the planet. This time, however, it actually does launch, and it works. So he launches off into space with a bigger ship and to a different faraway planet this time, Vampa. That's right, no Yardrat this time around, which means no instant transmission. But that's not the most important part. You probably know what I'm referring to, so let's get right into it. After the journey, the ship lands on the planet, which seems pretty barren at first, except for a few spider creatures and giant furry beasts here and there. Goku tried to sense any power he could find, and it seems like there weren't any other powers there, but eventually he found two that seemed pretty interesting. Making a mental note of the ship's location, he goes out to find the source of these powers. Off on another part of the planet, Paragus notices something flying towards him. It's Goku. He thinks he's finally saved. After all these years of fighting to survive on this planet, him and Broly are finally saved as someone arrives to get them. It's also worth mentioning, Paragus hasn't started rapidly aging yet like Saiyans do once they reach a certain age, because this is happening in age 762 instead of 780, so there's an 18-year difference, and Paragus is still younger. Technically, as a Saiyan, he still is in his prime, but he is nearing old age. Goku lands, and Paragus runs up to him instantly and asks who he is and why he's here. Goku introduces himself, and he notices Paragus has a tail, and he asks if he's a Saiyan. Goku is surprised to see that there's another Saiyan alive, and Paragus is as well, as Goku tells him that he's a Saiyan too. Paragus asks if he knows any other living Saiyans, and Goku brings up that he does have a half Saiyan son, but as for full-blooded Saiyans, he only knows one named Vegeta. Paragus is enraged, knowing that the prince is alive, and one of his cohorts is here. He gets aggressive towards Goku for being Vegeta's ally, but Goku tells Paragus that he wouldn't really consider them allies, at least not yet. Vegeta may not be a friend at this point, but he tells Paragus the prince isn't all that bad. Goku asks Paragus how he got here and who he's with, so Paragus fills him in. He calls for Broly, and out of a cave comes Broly. Paragus gets Broly to introduce himself, and Goku is amazed to see that not just one, but two other Saiyans are alive. And as for this Broly guy, he seems pretty strong. Around this time, I would place Broly around just under Goku's base form, since as we saw in the Broly movie, he did start out as a little bit lower than Vegeta but eventually worked his way up as he continued fighting. As we know, he grows in power exponentially as he continues fighting, so he will get more powerful as time progresses. But this amazes Goku nonetheless. This guy, who's basically suppressed right now, is nearly at the same strength as him. Paragus wants to know how Goku got here and if they can get off this planet, and Goku leads him to the ship, which he doesn't exactly know how to work. Paragus notices it's a Frieza ship, and while he is excited to see a way off, he's suspicious about how he got the ship, so he does ask Goku. Goku tells him he got the ship after defeating Frieza, and Namek blew up, and this shocks Paragus. How is it possible that another Saiyan could defeat Lord Frieza of all people? He's also concerned that King Cold probably wants to get revenge, so he informs Goku about King Cold's existence. While Goku isn't really scared of King Cold, Paragus tells him that they mustn't leave yet, out of fear of being found by King Cold and killed. Even during the journey back to Earth, they could be shot down in space and left to die by King Cold. Goku thinks it over a bit, and he does eventually agree to lay low for a while with them. This is a great opportunity for him, since there's nothing really to do on this planet, so Goku sees it as a perfect opportunity to train. He asks if Paragus wants to spar with him, but Paragus knows Goku's far out of his league. However, he still wants to enact revenge on Vegeta with Broly, so this is also a great opportunity for him to strengthen his son. Paragus did mention in the movie that he trained with Broly, but of course his power was vastly lower, so at this point it wasn't helping Broly very much when they're training. Goku gets excited and he begins to ease Broly into training. As you can tell, Broly is pretty inexperienced. As time progresses over the next few weeks and months, Goku and Broly train together continuously for most of the day, since there's nothing better to do on this planet, and they do begin to bond. Broly is happy to have a new training partner and a potential new friend, and of course, Goku feels the same way. Broly is also grateful that Goku is teaching him all of these things, and he's having fun doing all this. This will bring out some major changes with Broly in the future. Broly will also learn to control his power a bit easier, but without having seen the full extent of it, Goku can't help him control his power and anger completely. But Broly does gain a little bit more control over time, and he learns to control his power and himself a little bit more each time they spar. Well, at least in his base form. Back on Earth, the Namekian Dragon Balls are gathered like usual to bring everyone back, and they do try to wish Goku back. Like the original, they find Goku is alive, but he doesn't want to be brought back just yet. He needs more time on this planet before he comes back, since he wants to make sure Broly is fully able to control his power when they eventually come back, and he obviously doesn't just want to leave Broly and Paragus there alone. He does want to get stronger himself too, and this harsh environment, coupled with the fact that the planet is pretty barren and there's no collateral damage to be had, this makes a perfect planet to train on. Him and Broly can pretty much go all out over here if they ever wanted. They continue to train without stopping for the next few months, and Goku eventually gets Broly to try and release his full power. Broly is scared to do so because he feels he'll lose control, but Goku says he's doing this to help him to not lose control in the future, and this is the only way to train it. He ends up getting Broly to transform into his wrathful form by fighting him, and Broly does end up losing control, with Goku trying his best to calm him down. Broly begins to beat on Goku, and while Goku takes this beating, he eventually powers up to Super Saiyan, and with a quick chop to the neck, he knocks out Broly before he could power up anymore. After all his training with Broly, he knows how easily Broly can power up and learn as he fights, so he knows he has to end this quickly before Broly's wrathful form would eventually overpower his Super Saiyan. As Broly falls down, Goku remarks to himself, "This could take a while." While Paragus is glad that Goku is training Broly for him, he still doesn't completely trust Goku. Since he has ties with Vegeta, then he doesn't know if he should be this open to trusting him. But this is a win-win either way. If it turns out Vegeta isn't on Goku's home planet, then that's good for Paragus, since he could trust Goku by then. If Vegeta is there, well, Goku is basically bringing him right to his target. Either scenario is great for him, and it is eventually decided that it's finally time to head back to Earth, as they have laid low for long enough. The three Saiyans board the ship that Goku arrived in, and head to Earth. Coincidentally, at the same time, King Cold is also heading to Earth with his newly repaired sun. More time passes, and everything on Earth remains pretty much the same, with the resurrections, the wishes, all that fun stuff. One day, everyone picks up two large powers that are heading right for Earth, so they go over to see what it is. One of them is Frieza, and they arrive to see someone that looks pretty similar to him, but a lot larger. It's Frieza and King Cold. They have arrived to enact their revenge. Alongside this, a young boy comes out of nowhere with a sword, and he's apparently a Super Saiyan. This is of course Trunks, and this encounter goes pretty much like normal, with Trunks killing the two. He greets everyone and throws down a capsule containing a fridge with beverages. He says Goku should be here any time now, and they should just wait here. However, Trunks senses something is wrong when three powers are coming down to Earth in a large ship rather than one power in a small pod. The ship lands itself, and Goku jumps out. "Wow! Looks like we didn't need to worry about King Cold after all. And was that just Frieza I sensed too?" As he walks out, two people are behind him, a mustached man with a tail and a taller man with long black hair and scars. These two men are obviously Saiyans. Vegeta is taken aback by all that's going on. Another Super Saiyan has arrived, Kakarot is back, and now there's these two other Saiyans here? What, are they Super Saiyans as well? Vegeta scoffs and yells out at them. This catches the attention of Paragus, as he turns over and sees none other than Prince Vegeta standing there. This is where we're going to leave off for now. Now, I want to do a little poll, which will be linked to this video. What will Paragus do next time? Will he attack Vegeta with a Broly? Will he keep his cool and try to strike later when they least expect it? Or will he be convinced to get rid of this grudge, as Vegeta didn't really do anything to him, and it was mostly King Vegeta's fault? Vote in the poll and leave your other thoughts in the video below. I'd like to see all your suggestions for the rest of the series. I feel some pretty interesting stuff could happen next time given all the changes in this, so any input and your votes in the poll will be greatly appreciated. Also, as a quick side note, I'd like to say thank you to everyone who subscribed so far. At the time of this recording, it's April 10th, and I just recently passed 2,500 subscribers, and that's just insane how fast this channel is growing. I'm glad everyone likes the content on here, so I'm of course going to keep doing it. As always, be sure to like and subscribe, and hit the bell icon so you can get notified whenever I make a new video. I usually make one what if a week, but sometimes I end up making more, and I might be doing some discussion videos in the future. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video.